So here today we are going to see aerosol. So we have already seen tablets in the details, pre-formulation in the details. So we have already seen capsules in the details. So today we will see aerosols. What are the different system of aerosol? What are the parts of aerosol? What is the propellants? How there is a designation? How there is naming of those propellants? Parts of your aerosol system. Then quality control test for aerosols. So because these points are important and I'm not going to take you thoroughly the methods, how there is a method of filling of aerosol, how there is a method of formation of foam and all that. So I'm not going to take that in detail because that is not much important for your GPAT exam. So what is important for your GPAT exam? Those points will be discussed over here. So we'll see pharmaceutical aerosols. First of all, you should know what do you mean by aerosols. So as like your other dosage forms, we have seen tablet, we have seen capsule, we have seen suppositories, we have seen tablet, capsule, suppositories, etc. etc. Okay? We are going to see suspension, emulsions. So these are the dosage form. So likewise, there is one more dosage form known as the aerosols. So why there is need of this dosage? You cannot control accurately the dose and all that and to minimize the side effects of other routes like injectables, then the side effects of oral route. So in the early 90s there was a development of this aerosol, and after that there was a huge research, huge modification and technology, and after that proper aerosol formulation has been developed. So what do we mean by aerosols first? Aerosols are again nothing but the pressurized package which is defined as a system that depends on the power of compressed or liquefied gases to expel the content including drug from the container. तो होता क्या है इसमें व्हाट इज एरोजोल तो एरोजोल इज नथिंग बट द medicament along with the export, okay, along with the your different gases and expellant, okay? Along with the drug other expellant and all that are present in the container. Now that because of the development of pressure over there, so that content present in the aerosol container is being released. So they are nothing but the pressurized packages. It is a system that depends on the power of compressed or liquefied gases or propellant. Your drug along with the propellants, it is mixed and it is filled in the aerosol container. When you press that valve, so what happens? Your propellant along with your drug will come out and will be available in the different form, like it may be either in the form of mist or it may be either in the form of foam, in the form of, okay, spray, fine spray, etc, etc, foam, etc. So aerosols are again nothing but the, there is little bit difference between normal aerosol like your spray and all that, and there is a little bit difference between those kind of spray and pharmaceutical aerosols. Okay, so in pharmaceutical aerosols dose measurement is important. So whatever that valve is there in the aerosol container, that valve should dispense a particular amount or particular quantity of your drug, because in pharmaceuticals dose is very important. So aerosols are nothing but the pressurized packages, and it is depend as a system that depends on the power of your propellant or compressed gases or liquefied gases to expel the content from the drug container. So that is a aerosol. That is the definition of your aerosol. Nobody is going to ask you the definition. What are the different component of this aerosol system? So your aerosol system will have different components like propellant. First will be your propellants, okay, propellants, then container, then valve, then actuator, then product concentrate. So okay, except product concentrate, all these are the, okay, like propellant, container, valve, actuator. So all they are, that is a, it is a job of your packaging department. Okay, so what is your job as a pharmacist, industrial pharmacist? That concentrate or blend, product concentrate or blend means here drug along with the excipient, that is a blend or product concentrate, and then other parts are nothing but the propellant, container, valve, actuator, etc, etc. So in what happens in the pharmaceutical industry, designing of container, then filling of propellants, valve, etc, so that all is done by packaging department. So here in the production department, what they do, they only produce this product blend, they produces the product blend, and they hand over this, rest of the work is done by packaging department. यहाँ पे पैकेजिंग डिपार्टमेंट का ज़्यादा रोल है क्योंकि वो कंटेनर भी बनाते हैं, उसके बाद में वो वाल्व भी बनाते हैं और उसमें जो प्रोडक्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट उनको मिला है वो प्रोडक्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट अलॉन्ग विद द प्रोपेलेंट वो उसमें फिल भी करते हैं. So filling of product concentrate along with your propellants, designing of your that aerosol container, then designing of valves, actuator, etc., etc. That work is done by packaging department. So you just remember what is meant by aerosols. So they are nothing but again pressurized package that depends on the power of propellants, compressed or liquefied gases to expel the content including drug from the container. Okay, so you might have seen this is the type of aerosol container. So you can see over here is an example of your aerosol container. You might have used various kind of sprays and all that, body sprays and all that. So technology is same technology is there, only difference is that the valve in case of other than pharmaceutical products. So valve capacity is not much important, but in case of pharmaceutical aerosols, so valve capacity is very important. So what are the different parts of your aerosol system? So first one is your container. Okay, so container should have specific specification. It should withstand high pressure because प्रेशर यहाँ पे डेवलप हो जाने वाला होने वाला है बहुत सारा. तो प्रेशर को विथस्टैंड करना चाहिए. उसके बाद में उसमें डिफरेंट पार्ट्स क्या होते हैं. फर्स्ट इज अ कंटेनर, सेकंड वन इज अ वाल्व, second one is a valve, this one is known as a valve. So valve also has a different types. Valve also has a different components. valve में भी क्या होता है different component होते हैं. उसमें एक्चुएटर होता है, उसमें बॉडी होता है, फिरोला होता है, डीप ट्यूब वगैरह वगैरह बहुत सारा. This container along with your drug and propellant, whatever this is liquid gas, so this is nothing but the blend. So your blend along with the propellants that is present in the aerosol container. Now this container, this valve is attached with the deep tube. Valve is attached with the deep tube that will be deeper in the container. Okay. Now your gases or propellant and your drug that is present inside the container. Now it may be either present in the three form, that is a three-phase system, or it may be present in the two-phase system. For example, यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे two-phase system है. So this is a gases under pressure. So it is a gas phase, it's a liquid phase. It is a two-phase system. Gas. There are different kind of systems: two-phase system, three-phase system. So three-phase system में क्या रहेगा? In addition to two-phase system, in the three-phase system, water is there. Water is there in the three-phase system. Remember the different components of your aerosol container. Then valve will also have different components. Your propellants and product blend, propellants and product blend, and this drip tube. Okay. You can see over here again we will see the different parts over here. So you can expect at least 2 or 3 MCQ from this chapter. हर एक साल में 2 या 3 MCQ इसमें से आते हैं. हर साल 2 या 3 नहीं आते, कम से कम एक तो भी क्वेश्चन आपको हर साल एयरजोल में से मिलेगा. तो we will try to cover all those kind of which has been already asked. Remember these are the parts. That is a container. First will be your container, then your propellant, valve, actuator, etc. And then product concentrate. Product concentrate means your product जो भी medicament है. So medicament along with the excipient that will comprise your product concentrate. Rest of the things they are nothing but the package. Okay, they are nothing but the package component like container, then valve, then actuator, deep tube, then then body, etc. So all that are the product concentrate. Now what happens? So your product concentrate along with the propellants that is present inside the container. So it is either you are using propellant, different type of propellant like fluorocarbons or hydrocarbons or different gases. So gases under pressure means compressed gases. So gases under compressed, if gases are compressed, they will become liquid, and when the pressure will be released, they will become gas. Okay? Normally, this is the normal thing. Now, when you will press this actuator, so whatever pressure is there, that is, so when you will press this actuator, pressure will be developed over here. The negative pressure, that is known as, that will expel the content from deep tube to the actuator, and that valve will uh, valve will disperse it as in the form of foam, in the form of mist, in the form of liquid droplets, in the form of breaking foam, etc., etc., depending upon their concentrate. Okay, जैसे concentrate है उसका. There are different types. Okay, so again this valve part has a different components. Okay, like this actuator, gasket, housing, mounting cap, tube. Okay, we are going to see how what are the material by which they are made. Okay, so tube is made up of housing, then spring, mounting cap, gasket, etc., etc. So actually these are the mechanical terms, but you have to understand because they are asking consistently questions on this. So we'll see it one by one. So first we'll see propellants. So what do you mean by propellants? Propellants, they are nothing but the one of the component of your aerosol system. So propellants, they used to help to expel your drug or to expel the blend out of the container. So they are responsible for the developing the proper pressure inside the container so that your product will be expelled. These propellants are the responsible for developing a proper pressure inside the container. Propellants, they are responsible for the developing proper pressure in the container to expel the product when the valve is opened, and it will cause atomization of blend or liquid present in the container. Atomization means it will either form a spray, it will either form a foam, or it may either form a mist, etc., etc. That's how. That is the role of your propellant. So propellants, they are classified into different way. Propellant, they are classified depending upon their chemical nature, depending upon their use. Propellants for oral and inhalation use. Propellants for oral or inhalation use. So mostly for inhalation purpose. So if you want to form a product which are used for orally ingested or inhalation purpose, कि माउथ में स्प्रे करना है आपको या फिर आपको आपके नोज में स्प्रे करना है. Okay, so if you want to design those kind of aerosol formulation, so you have to use these propellants for oral and inhalation use. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आता है, याद रखो. Propellants for oral or inhalation use. What are these? Fluorinated hydrocarbons. Fluorinated hydrocarbons like propellant 11, propellant 12, propellant 114. ठीक है, propellant 11, propellant 12, propellant 114. So these propellants, they are used for the oral and inhalation use. So they are mostly fluorinated hydrocarbons. Fluorinated hydrocarbons जो है वो orally and inhalation के लिए जो aerosol बनते हैं उसके लिए यूज होता है. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आता है. Propellants for topical use. Propellants for topical use. ठीक है. तो टॉपिकल यूज के लिए जैसे आपका ओमिन स्प्रे होता है या फिर कोई एनालिसिक स्प्रे होता है, उसमें कौन सा प्रोपेलेंट यूज करेंगे? तो प्रोपेलेंट्स यूज फॉर टॉपिकल. तो रिमेंबर दीज गैसेस प्रोपेन, ब्यूटेन, आइसोब्यूटेन, these are they are used for the they are used as a propellant for topical use. So they have already asked the question on this. So most commonly used propellants for topical aerosol formulation. So propane, butane and isobutane. So hydrocarbons like isopropane, butane, okay, isobutane, propane. These are the hydrocarbons. So they are used for the topical purpose. तो इसमें क्या रहेगा, ये हाइड्रोकार्बन्स होने के कारण क्या होता है कि इसमें ये इम्प्लमेबल होते हैं, लेस स्टेबल होते हैं. इम्प्लमेबल उसका प्रॉपर्टीज अपन देखेंगे नेक्स्ट. रिमेंबर यार, propellants for oral or inhalation, they are nothing but the fluorinated hydrocarbons like propellant 11, propellant 12, propellant 114. Then propellants for topical use, hydrocarbons like propane, butane and isobutane. Okay, particularly for the fluorinated hydrocarbons, so chlorofluorocarbons बोलते हैं, CFCs. We generally call them as a CFC, chlorofluorocarbons. So they have general formula, that is Cn minus 1, then Hn plus 1 and F. उनका एक फॉर्मूला होता है Cn minus 1. तो Cn minus 1, I will explain this formula. Cn minus means Tn minus 1. Okay. So number of carbon in the particular propellant molecule. Propellant molecule में कितना कार्बन है? तो this, so what happens, you can see over here. See यहाँ पे लिखा है propellant 11, propellant 12, propellant 114. Each propellant, this particularly these chlorofluorocarbons, they have designated a 3-digit code. They have designated a 3-digit code. जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा है 114. So they have given this 114 name. What is the reason behind this? Okay. So each and every chlorofluorocarbon propellant, they have designated 3-digit code. You can see over here. This is the formula. Okay. So formula for them. What is the first digit? what is the okay, so first digit indicate what, second digit indicates what, third digit is for what. Okay, so the first digit is nothing but the number of carbon, number of carbon. So formula देखो C n minus 1 H n plus 1 and F, ये नीचे होना चाहिए C n minus 1 H n plus 1 and F. Okay, F means number of fluorine atom, ये हाइड्रोजन, ये कार्बन. आप बोलेंगे क्लोरीन का आ गया, क्लोरीन का भी कैलकुलेट करते हैं. तो फार्मूला इसका याद रखो. व्हाट इज द फार्मूला? फार्मूला इज नथिंग बट द Cn minus 1 Hn plus 1 and F plus F. That is the formula. Now I will explain any one. Okay, so remember. So N minus 1 means whatever the molecule of propellant is there. So number of carbon in the propellant minus 1. So that will be first digit. Digit यहाँ पे देखो, ये वाला रहेगा आपका फर्स्ट डिजिट, ये वाला रहेगा सेकंड डिजिट, इन वाला रहेगा थर्ड डिजिट. फर्स्ट डिजिट C minus 1. यू कैन सी ओवर हियर कि ये प्रोपेलेंट देखो, प्रोपेलेंट 114, उसका नाम है यहाँ पे, क्या नाम है उसका, डाइक्लोरो टेट्राफ्लोरो इथेन. तो इथेन मतलब क्या, सो इट इज बेसिकली इट इज इथेन. सो इथेन मींस टू कार्बन एटम. ओके, टू कार्बन एटम. ओके, सो जस्ट पुट इन द फार्मूला, कार्बन एटम कितना है 2. सो 2 n minus 1, n मतलब नंबर ऑफ कार्बन. So C n minus 1 मतलब 1, वहाँ पे आएगा 1. So that's why first digit is 1. Okay. Now second digit is also 1. Why? Because see, dichlorotetrafluoroethane. So if you draw the structure of this compound, so you will not find any hydrogen in this structure. Okay. So hydrogen second digit is for H n plus 1. Okay. So second hydrogen number is 0. So 0 plus 1 1. So again 1. Second digit is 1. Now number of fluorines कितना है यहाँ पे, tetrafluoro, dichloro tetrafluoro. So 4 is for number of fluorine. So that's why it is named as a propellant 114. याद समझ में आया क्या? ये एक बार समझो उसको कि इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. नहीं समझ में आया तो मैं फिर से बोलूंगा. तो ये फॉर्मूला जो है, ये फॉर्मूला याद रखो. फॉर्मूला थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा गलत लिखा गया है. So first is nothing but C n minus 1. So it is for first digit. ठीक है, पहला डिजिट के लिए n. ओके, H n plus 1, H n plus 1, that is the second digit. Okay? And this fluorine is a third digit. Each and every this fluorinated hydrocarbons, that is a chlorofluorocarbons, they have designated a 3-digit code. This is 001 बोलिए, पहला digit, दूसरा digit, तीसरा digit. First digit denote what, number of carbons. So carbon, there is number of carbon कितना है, is equal to first digit. So n minus 1. अब देखो यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल है, जैसे आपका ये डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोएथेन, इसका नाम क्या है, प्रोपेलेंट 114. 114 जो है लास्ट के 3 डिजिट, ये कैसे आए 114, आई विल एक्सप्लेन. इफ यू ड्रॉ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोएथेन, so you can see it is a ethane. Ethane means 2 carbon atom. So put that in a formula. Carbon, well, number of carbon, n 2 minus 1 1. So 1 is for this first digit. Now second digit, there is no hydrogen in this molecule. So n plus 1. So 0 plus 1 1. Again second digit is 1. Now number of fluorine atom in this structure is the 4. So 114. So remember this. Okay. So chemical name and numerical designation particular propellant. यहाँ पे याद रखो आपके टॉपिकल के लिए कौन सा यूज होता है और आपका सिस्टमिक के लिए कौन सा यूज होता है. सो फॉर ओरल एंड इनहेलेशन यूज, रिमेंबर फ्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स दे आर यूज्ड. Designated hydrocarbons like propellant 11, propellant 12, propellant 114 are used for oral. Topical, propane, butane, isobutane, they are for topical. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं. ये फॉर्मूला याद रखो, C n minus 1 H n plus 1 plus F. Okay, C n minus 1 H n plus 1 and F plus F. फॉर्मूला है उसका. And it is only applicable for chlorofluorocarbons. It is only applicable for fluorinated carbons. So it is not applicable for this butane, isobutane, etc. Okay, this formula is applicable only for chlorofluorocarbons. Like first one is a trichloromonochloromethane. So it is known as a propellant 11. Trichloromonochloromethane. मीथेन मतलब क्या, कार्बन कितना हो गया, एक हो गया. तो एक हो गया, 1 minus 1 0, पहला डिजिट है ही नहीं उसको. दूसरा डिजिट क्या है, हाइड्रोजन का. इफ यू ड्रॉ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दिस, जो हाइड्रोजन है प्लस हाइड्रोजन जो है, नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन 1. ओके, 0 है उसमें, 0 plus 1 1. तो ये सेकंड वन. फ्लोरीन कितना है 1. That's why this trichloromonofluoro is known as a propellant 11. So likewise, difluoromethane is known as a propellant 12. Dichlorotetrafluoroethane is known as a propellant 114. Known as a fluoropentafluoromethane. It is known as a propellant 115. क्वेश्चन इसके ऊपर एज इट इज आ चुके हैं. Now dichloroethane is known as a propellant 152A. What is A? A is nothing but the most symmetric isomer of that. Most symmetric isomer. तो इसमें difluoroethane में if you draw the structure of difluoroethane, so you can draw the structure by two different structure. You will have a different arrangement of fluorinated. So that's why they have two isomers. So A means what? This A means most stable isomer or most symmetric isomer. Next one is a butane. Butane is known as a propellant A17. Butane is known as a propellant A17. Isobutane is known as a propellant A31. Propane is known as a propellant A108. तो remember यहाँ पे समझ में आया आपको ये कैसे करना है. How there is a numerical designation of these propellants. So particularly for chlorofluorocarbon or fluorinated carbons. ये जो fluorinated carbons होते हैं ये एक फॉर्मूला होता है ये N-1 H N+1 एंड फ्लोरीन. इसका भी आप देखो ये जो नंबरिंग है वो उसी फॉर्मूले के अकॉर्डिंग आता है. I have explained this one. Next slide also I am going to explain same thing. These are the different propellants. I am going to repeat it again because आपको इसमें याद ही होना चाहिए. अगर आपको ये नाम भी दिया आपको ये नाम, so they will give you the names of this. Will ask one of the following is a propellant 12. ऐसा पूछा या फिर one of the following is known as a propellant 114. क्वेश्चन पूछा. So you can see one is for first digit for number of carbons, second digit is for number of hydrogens, third digit is for number of fluorine atom. Okay, so I have explained this example. Dichloromonofluoroethane is known as a propellant 11. Difluoroethane is known as a propellant 12. Dichlorotetrafluoroethane is known as a propellant 114. Then chloropentafluoromethane is known as a propellant 115. Then difluoroethane is known as a propellant 152A. A means most symmetrical isomer of that compound. Then next is a butane. Butane is known as a propellant A17. Okay, isobutane is known as a propellant A131. Propellant A31. Then propane is known as a propellant A108. Okay. Now blends. Okay, combination or blends of these hydrocarbons, fluorinated hydrocarbons. The blends or mixture of that. Mixture of these chlorofluorocarbons or blend of these chlorofluorocarbons are also available. So depends on the required vapor pressure in the aerosol container. इन दोनों का मिक्सचर अगर है तो उसका वेपर प्रेशर कितना रहेगा क्या रहेगा वो भी दिया है आपके लैपमैन के बुक में टेबल्स दिए हैं. But actually that is not much important. That's why I have not listed over here. So just remember the names of these propellants. They are going to ask you which propellants they are used for inhalation and oral spray and inhalation spray. Which kind of propellants are used for topical? They have already asked the question. Then names and designation of your propellants. On that also they have already asked the question. What is propellant 114? Dichlorotetrafluoroethane. Is propellant 11? Trichloromonofluoromethane. What is propellant 12? Dichloromethane. Okay, like that. What is propellant 115? Fluoropentafluoromethane. Okay, what is propellant 152A? That is nothing but the difluoroethane. Butane is known as a propellant A17. Isobutane is known as a propellant A31. Propane is known as a propellant A108. Okay, now vapor pressure. Okay, vapor pressure is determined by Dalton's law. Vapor pressure in the aerosol container or it can be calculated by Dalton's law. We'll see what is it. Depression of vapor pressure is by Raoult's law. We'll see in the next slide. So the blends of above propellants they are available a desired vapor pressure. Propellants now vapor pressure of propellants can be measured by these two laws. First one is measured by Dalton's law. What is Dalton's law? Your total vapor pressure. Okay, We'll see Dalton's law. What is it? Vapor pressure of this aerosol system can be measured by Dalton's law, and depression of vapor pressure upon addition of another component, another or solid, that can be determined by Raoult's law. Remember over here again, fluorinated hydrocarbons, they are mostly used for oral and inhalation. Topical aerosol formulation, hydrocarbons are used. Hydrocarbons ether, hydrocarbons or hydrocarbon ether or compressed gases, they are used for the topical. Okay, as compared to fluorinated hydrocarbons, simple hydrocarbons are flammable, less toxic, less dense, more economic, more soluble and chemically stable. Hydrocarbons जो होते हैं जैसे chlorofluorocarbons. So again chlorofluorocarbons was banned due to their greenhouse effect. फ्लोरोकार्बन्स में क्या है कि उनको बैन भी किया था बीच में, ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. ओनली 2 or 3 propellants they are used. These simple hydrocarbons like butane, isobutane, etc. These hydrocarbons they are flammable. वो जल्दी एक combustion हो जाता है. And they are less toxic, less dense, means they will have less density, more economic and more soluble and chemically stable than fluorinated hydrocarbons. Okay, ये क्या क्वेश्चन में भी आ सकता है. Compressed gases. Okay, compressed gases will have little expansion power and will produce barely a wet spray, less stable form compared to liquefied gases. They are used for air. In case of aerosol, product blend में भी different. तो product blend क्या हो सकता है आपका? Active drug along with excipients हो सकता है, solid हो सकता है, liquid हो सकता है, emulsion हो सकता है, suspension हो सकता है, या फिर cream हो सकता है. आपने देखा है shaving foam का भी स्प्रे आता है, cream dispense करने वाला भी स्प्रे आता है. So blend may be different. In chapter you have to understand the technology. So what are the part of different aerosol system? What part is made up of what material, etc. Because that is the important part they are going to ask you. Okay, you can see types of propellant. Mostly there are 3-4 types of propellant. These are nothing but the chlorofluorocarbons, that is known as CFCs. Fluorocarbons, then hydrochlorofluorocarbons, that is known as HFCs. Okay. This hydrofluorocarbon known as HFC. Okay. Then they are commonly these are the types of propellants they are used. Chlorofluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbons, then hydrofluorocarbons, okay, hydrofluorocarbons, HCFCs, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, then hydrofluorocarbons. पहला होता है आपका क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन CFCs. ओके, दूसरा क्या होता है आपका हाइड्रोक्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन. तो इसमें क्लोरीन भी आएगा, फ्लोरीन भी आएगा, CFCs. Then hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs, they are commonly used. Now all these propellants, all these fluorinated propellants, they are identified by numerical designation. इनको एक नंबर रहेगा. They are identified by numerical designation. Okay, so what kind of designation? They are identified by 3 number of designation. Propellant are named by 3 digits. Propellants are named by 3 digits. 000. Okay. First digit is the number of carbon less than total number of carbon in the molecule. ठीक है, digit क्या होगा? Number of carbon कितना है उसमें, तो वो कैसे आएगा? Number of carbon is equal to total number of carbon in the molecule minus 1, that is C minus 1. दूसरा क्या है? दूसरा digit आएगा, second digit is your hydrogen. Okay, so second digit is the number for hydrogen in the molecule. How it is? Number of total hydrogen in the molecule plus 1. Okay, third digit will represent number of chlorine atoms in the molecule. Okay, we have seen that. Number of chlorine atoms in the molecule can be calculated. If you want to calculate, they are calculated by subtracting or minusing the. So if you want to calculate the chlorine atom, they can be calculated by subtracting and minusing the sum of chlorine atom and hydrogen atom from the total number of atom that can be added to saturate the carbon chain. Okay, इसमें क्लोरीन एटम कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है कि इसमें क्या करना है क्लोरीन एटम के लिए. So it can be calculated by subtracting or minusing what or subtracting what. So number of chlorine atom and number of hydrogen atom minus करना है आपको. इसमें से total number of atom that can be added to saturate the hydrocarbon chain. कितना एटम ऐड कर सकते हो ताकि कंपाउंड सैचुरेट बन जाए, उसमें से नंबर ऑफ फ्लोरीन और नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन माइनस करो, you will get number of chlorines. Number of chlorine atom in this propellant can be calculated by subtracting or minusing the chlorine and hydrogen atom. Total number of atom that can be added to a substrate that can be added to a saturate the carbon chain. Six point is nothing but the isomers. They okay, if there is isomers, okay, if there is isomer in the structure, most symmetrical one is indicated by a single small alphabet like A, B, B, C. Okay? If there is a two isomer A and C, that C means more symmetric. Okay? So A, B, C, they indicate the symmetric isomer. Okay, so you can see over here in this image, cyclic compound are denoted by small c before the number. For example, cyclic propellant 111, साइक्लिक स्ट्रक्चर है उसका तो सी डिनोट करेंगे. ये रूल्स इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि क्वेश्चन आ सकता है इसको. फॉर एग्जांपल डाइक्लोरो टेट्राफ्लोरोमीथेन, डाइक्लोरो टेट्राफ्लोरोमीथेन, टेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन, डाइक्लोरो टेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन, उसका मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला है आपका ये दिस C2Cl2F4, C2Cl2F4, it is a structure. Okay, now in this case it is known as a ये इसको क्या बोलेंगे हम, ठीक है, डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन. So number of carbon in this case it is nothing but 2. So first digit will be C minus 1. फर्स्ट डिजिट अकॉर्डिंग टू फार्मूला क्या आएगा, C minus 1. फार्मूला आपने देखा है C n minus 1 H n plus 1 and F. ओके, सबका आपको समेशन कर. इस केस इन डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन number of carbons are 2. So first digit of this propellant will be C minus 1, that is the number of carbon minus 1. Number of carbon कितना है 2, 2 minus 1 1. First digit of this dichlorotetrafluoromethane will be 1. Okay, let's come to second digit. Second digit क्या होना चाहिए. So this molecule also has a, this molecule does not contain any hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen इसमें है ही नहीं, तो second digit की किसके लिए है, हाइड्रोजन के लिए. तो अभी हाइड्रोजन तो है ही नहीं, लेकिन उसका फॉर्मूला क्या है H plus 1. Okay, so n means number of total hydrogen in the molecule. हाइड्रोजन टोटल कितना है 0 है, 0 plus 1 कितना आएगा 1. second digit is also 1. Okay, second digit is also 1. first digit 1 हो गया, second digit भी 1. molecule also consists of 4 fluorine atom. third digit क्या आएगा, fluorine atom. So 114, that is a dichlorotetrafluoroethane. So it is known as a 114. Okay, but this molecule also has a chlorine and chlorine. Okay, that can be arranged in the structure in a different way. So the structure of this compound, draw this structure in a two way. आप दो तरीके से उसका स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. तो दैट इज नथिंग बट द डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन. ठीक है, डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन. तो देखो यहाँ पे क्लोरीन क्या है, क्लोरीन यहाँ पे क्लोरीन का डिफरेंस देखो, यहाँ पे क्लोरीन सिमेट्रिक एंड असिमेट्रिक. यहाँ पे देखो क्लोरीन है. मोस्ट सिमेट्रिक मॉलिक्यूल कौन सा है, सो दैट इज आइसोमर 1. आइसोमर 1 इज द मोस्ट सिमेट्रिक मॉलिक्यूल. आइसोमर 2 इज द लेस सिमेट्रिक मॉलिक्यूल. सो दिस डाइक्लोरोटेट्राफ्लोरोइथेन normally it is denoted by 114. Its name is nothing but 114. Now if this isomer is present, then you have to place 114A. There is more symmetric than this, then this will be 114B. So this is important. Again remember, propellants are named by 3 digits. First digit is nothing but the C minus 1. C is equal to C n minus 1. N is total number of carbon in the molecule. Then second digit will be hydrogen, that is the hydrogen is equal to n plus 1, number of hydrogen in the molecule plus 1. Third digit will be number of fluorine molecule in the structure. Okay, so यहाँ पे याद रखो ये फॉर्मूला अपन ने पहले देखा है. And this rule is applicable only for this rule is applicable for this only chlorofluorocarbons and hydrochlorofluorocarbons. Isomer 1 will is having symmetry, the one is having more symmetry than second, so designated as a propellant 114A respectively. आइसोमर जो है स्टेबल आइसोमर, उसके लिए ए रहेगा यहाँ. and normal name is 114. That's how there is naming of this. There are different types of propellants available. You can see fluorocarbons. Okay, first. So in that you have trichloro monochloromethane. Okay, trichloro monochloromethane. Propellant 11. Dichloromethane. It is known as the propellant 12. Dichlorotetrachloromethane is known as the propellant 114. I'm not going to explain these details because it is not important for you for exam. Okay, so solubility क्या है उसका, वेपर प्रेशर कितना आएगा, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट क्या है उसका, डेंसिटी क्या है, ना कोई नहीं पूछेगा. दिस इज द क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन. Now second category is hydrochlorofluorocarbons, HCFC, like difluoroethane known as a propellant 152A. Then hydrofluorocarbons, which you have tetrafluoroethane known as a propellant 134A. Heptafluoropropane known as a propellant 227. Hydrocarbons, simple hydrocarbons like butane, isobutane, and propane. Butane is known as a propellant A17. Then this isobutane is known as a propellant A31, and this propane is known as a propellant A108. Okay. Others are also there. In compressed gases like carbon dioxide is there, nitrous oxide is there, nitrogen is there. Okay. So all kind of propellants. See, chlorofluorocarbons, then hydrochlorofluorocarbons, then hydrocarbons, simple hydrocarbons, then your compressed gases. These are the types of propellants which are used in the aerosol formulation. What is the container requirement? So container for aerosol, they are either made up of your glass, they are made up of steel, they are made up of also made up of aluminium. Okay, so aluminium जो है, steel जो है, और उसका जो glass container है, tin plated container. So all these containers they can be used for the aerosols. Okay, obviously the main requisite or main primary requirement for this container is nothing but the container for aerosol should withstand with this pressure. Containers for aerosol should withstand with the pressure as much as 140 to 180 psig at 130 Fahrenheit. As it is question आ चुका है 2-3 बार. Okay, याद रखो ये. Containers for aerosol should withstand with a high pressure. That is 140 to 180 psig, 130. Remember. Now bursting pressure. आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये कंटेनर हाई प्रेशर को विथस्टैंड करता है या नहीं, हाई ज़्यादा प्रेशर झेलता है या नहीं, आपको कैसे मालूम? So you can check by using bursting pressure. It is a test used for the checking the container. So pressure checking, कितना प्रेशर तक बचता. So resistant to the pressure that can be checked by this bursting pressure. So not must not less than 300 psi. Mixture of aerosol product must test at least one bottle out of each lot of 2 lakh bottle for bursting point. इसके ऊपर भी नाइपर में क्वेश्चन आता है. Is a bursting point or bursting pressure. So bursting pressure must not be less than 300 psi. तो यहाँ पे इसके नीचे प्रेशर से ब्रस्ट नहीं होना चाहिए वो कंटेनर. भी वो कंटेनर आप यूज कर सकते. Lecturer of aerosol product, they must test one bottle out of a lot of 2 lakh bottles for a bursting point. As it is question आ चुका है. Then इसके ऊपर भी question as it is आ चुका है. That's why I have only enlisted only important points over here. Now types of container, I have told you they can use steel container, they can use aluminum container. Okay, so tin plated steel will be there, aluminum container, glass container. Okay, so each and every will have some advantages and disadvantages. You can see in the book if you want. That is not much important. Okay, first is the tin plate containers. So they, okay, so in which steel is electroplated with the tin plate. tin plated मतलब क्या? tin जो है उसको which is electroplated with the tin on the both side of steel plate. steel होता है उसका कंटेनर है, तो स्टील के दोनों साइड्स पे टिन का प्लेटिंग करना है. तो इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग ऑफ टिन प्लेट करना है. देन सेकंड टाइप ऑफ कंटेनर यूज फॉर एरोसोल इज एल्यूमिनियम कंटेनर. आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे जो स्प्रे वगैरह आते हैं वो सब एल्यूमिनियम के कंटेनर में आते हैं. यूज्ड फॉर द मैन्युफैक्चर ऑफ सीमलेस एरोसोल कंटेनर. यूज्ड फॉर मैन्युफैक्चर ऑफ सीमलेस एरोसोल कंटेनर. They are corroded by pure water and ethanol. जो एल्यूमिनियम कंटेनर होता है, एल्यूमिनियम का कंटेनर होता है, उसमें करोजन होता है, किसके कारण? प्योर वाटर एंड प्योर इथेनॉल कैन करोड or can cause corrosion to the aluminum. Combination of ethanol and propellant 1,1. There is a combination of propellant 1,1 and ethanol produces one reaction product known as acetyl chloride, hydrogen acetyl chloride. तो अगर आपने कंटेनर यूज किया एल्यूमिनियम का, तो उसमें आपको प्रोपेलेंट 11 है और उसमें इथेनॉल भी है, क्या होगा? इथेनॉल एंड प्रोपेलेंट 11 will react with the to form a hydrogen acetyl chloride, aluminum chloride, okay, hydrogen acetyl chloride, okay, with propellant 11 and this aluminum chloride with propellant 21, and they will cause corrosion to the aluminum product. Try to note down, जिनके पास बुक्स है उसको भी कुछ कुछ पॉइंट लिखना पड़ेगा, जैसे ये नॉमेनक्लेचर है वो बुक में नहीं डाला था उस टाइम, तो आई थिंक उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. तो container was a tin plate container, second was aluminum, third is nothing but the stainless steel container. So stainless steel container, they have limited use because they are having very high cost, and also they are not molded. So you cannot uh, you cannot mold them in a desired shape. आपको छोटा शेप चाहिए, कैसा चाहिए, उसको स्टेनलेस स्टील का शेप कंटेनर को देना थोड़ा सा इजी नहीं होता. एल्यूमिनियम का यू कैन इजीली, बिकॉज एल्यूमिनियम easily moldable tin. Okay, then glass container also they are easily moldable. They are used for inhalation aerosol only. Now last type of container used in the aerosol, that is a glass container. They are suitable and compatible with the most of the pharmaceutical, most of the drug they are compatible. Greater degree, and also there is no corrosion as compared to aluminum and स्टील का कंटेनर में करोजन हो सकता है, एल्यूमिनियम का कंटेनर में करोजन हो सकता है, लेकिन ग्लास कंटेनर में करोजन नहीं होता है. ग्लास कंटेनर विल गिव यू ग्रेटर डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम डिजाइनिंग ऑफ कंटेनर. कौन से भी शेप में आपको ग्लास कंटेनर आप बना सकते हो. सो दैट्स ऑल. These are the different types of container used in the aerosol. Next is a valve. What is the function of valve? A valve must be capable of delivering the content in a desired form. तो valve जो होता है उसका रोल क्या है कि वो that is a its role is to deliver the content, whatever content is present in the aerosol content. The valve should be able to deliver that container outside in the desired form, either in the form of mist or either in the form of spray or in the form of solid steam or wet spray or foam, etc., etc. And the valve should be approved by FDA. Pharmaceutical aerosol must dispense as a spray or foam or solid steam and may not required to or not to be required. Okay, non-pharmaceutical antenna may not be required. दूसरे pharmaceutical में क्या आता है कि dose control होता है. There are two kinds of valves in a very short. Continuous spray valve and spray valve is there, and another type is there. Okay, so mostly continuous type of spray valve is dose valve. Okay? So a valve is typically made up of a different component. Okay? It consists of a different component like your actuator, steam, okay? Actuator, steam, gasket, then a spring, okay? Mounting cap or ferrula. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आता ही आता है 100% deep tubing. These are the different components of your spray. These are the different components of your valve. Valve का कितना component होता है? valve में होता है आपका actuator, steam, gasket, ठीक है. उसके बाद में spring, mounting cap, और ferrula, और उसके बाद में deep tube, housing body, okay? housing body भी होता है उसमें. Rest of actuator, steam, gasket. Actuator का रोल क्या होता है? What is the role of actuator? So actuator will open the valve. Actuator will open the valve. When you press the actuator, valve will be opened. Okay? That is the role of actuator. Then gasket. Okay? So remember, gasket is made up of a butyl rubber. Okay, butyl rubber or Buna rubber or neoprene rubber. Question इसके ऊपर आ चुका है. In case of aerosol formulation, aerosol container, the gasket is made up of a following material. उसमें ऑप्शन में आएगा ग्लास, रबर, ये Buna rubber. So remember, gasket in case of aerosol is made up of a butyl rubber or Buna rubber or neoprene rubber. Now spring तो आपको easily पता चलेगा कैसे बनता है, stainless steel. In mounting cap or ferrula, they are made up of aluminum or brass. Sometimes स्टील इज यूज हाउसिंग और वॉल बॉडी इज मेड ऑफ नायलॉन एंड डर्लिंग, इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. इन केस ऑफ एरोसोल फॉर्मुलेशन हाउसिंग और वॉल बॉडी इज मेड ऑफ फॉलोइंग मटेरियल, नायलॉन और डर्लिन. ओके. देन डीप ट्यूब, इसके ऊपर 3 बार क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. इन केस ऑफ एरोसोल डीप ट्यूब इज मेड ऑफ पॉलीइथिलीन पॉलीप्रोपिलीन. ओके, इथिलीन और पॉलीप्रोपिलीन. सो इसका याद रखो. इन केस ऑफ एरोसोल डीप ट्यूब इज मेड ऑफ पॉलीइथिलीन और पॉलीप्रोपिलीन. मोस्टली पॉलीइथिलीन का ये ऑप्शन आता है, तो इसका याद ही रखना पड़ेगा. ओके. सो एक्चुएटर का काम क्या है, रोल क्या है, उसका मटेरियल क्या है. एक्चुएटर steam and gasket is made up of butyl rubber or guanine rubber or neoprene rubber. Then your spring is made up of stainless steel. Mounting cap or perla is made up of aluminum or brass. Okay. And in this deep tube is made up of polyethylene or polypropylene. Okay, polyethylene or polypropylene rubber. Okay, remember this. Now first one is the actuator. So what is the role of actuator? To ensure that usual product must be delivered in the proper and desired form. Actuator का काम क्या है? To open the valve and deliver the product in the desired form, either in the form of spray or in the form of mist or in the form of foam, whatever. There are two type of this actuators: spray actuator and foam actuator. Okay. There are another special kind of actuator also. Basically, there are 3 types. So, spray actuator, they are used for topical products such as antiseptic and local anesthetic spray. Foam actuators are used for solid action. Okay, foam actuators. Okay, solid stream actuator for dispensing the semi-solid product, like ointment. There are certain special application actuators also. So, these are the types of actuator. यहाँ पे actuator का role क्या होता है? To ensure or to dispense the product in a proper form. Okay, ये role है. Different types of actuators कौन से हैं? Spray actuator, foam actuator, solid stream actuator, then special purpose actuator. Next one is a meter dose inhaler. So you might have seen in the asthma, we have seen the asthma. In that case, inhalation glucocorticoids they are used. Okay, so their dose must be controlled. So meter dose inhalers. So that will give accurate of dose. That will ensure accurate dosage delivery. Okay. So meter dose valves are there. Meter dose valves are used for the meter dose inhaler. So that the potent medicament जिसका dose कम होता है. Potent. For example, आपका adrenaline. First meter dose inhaler was designed for the adrenaline spray. First meter dose inhaler was designed for the adrenaline spray. RADS, that is the reserve via eros type of delivery system. इसके ऊपर भी एक बार क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. RADS, that is reserve via eros all type delivery system. RADS, reserve via eros all type of delivery system consisting 700 ml collapsible bag, plastic bag, which is in which aerosol can be injected and developed from meter dose. Then metering valves. They are capable of dispensing a potent medicament or drug based upon the principle of chamber, whose size determines the amount of medication to be dispensed. इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. I think GPAT 2021 में क्वेश्चन आता है. Accuracy of metering valve. Meter dose valve का accuracy. So accuracy of dosage is approximately 150 mg plus minus 10%. क्या होना चाहिए इसका? Accuracy कितना होना चाहिए metering dose का, metering valve का? इसके ऊपर GPAT 2021 में क्वेश्चन आया. So accuracy of meter inhaler. What is the accuracy of meter dose valve or meter dose inhaler? So that is a 50 to 150 milligram plus minus 10%. Milligram 50 to 150 milligram plus minus 10%. Okay. You can see it is a valve जो diagram है. Diagram is of a single valve. इसमें ही exploded valve है. इसमें रहेगा actuator रहता है, stem रहता है, gasket, spring. Okay. Then this is known as a deep tube. made up of polyethylene or polypropylene, then housing, okay, mounting cap, ये सब assemble करके एक valve बनता है. So you can see over here in the big detail. This one is known as a ferrula. Ferrula is composed of okay, rubber, then stem, then valve seat, then valve body, mounting basket. Deep tube is made up of polyethylene or polypropylene. So next one is nothing but the types of aerosol system. There are three types of aerosol system. Okay, types of aerosol system. Solution system. It is referred as a two-phase system. कंसिस्ट ऑफ वेपर एंड लिक्विड फेज. जैसे यहाँ पे आपका जो ब्लेंड है ट्रक के साथ में प्रोपेलेंट्स, वो जब आप फोड़ोगे या फिर वो जब एरोजोल कंटेनर में डालोगे, वहाँ पे टू फेज होता है. एक तो होता है लिक्विड फेज, एक होता है गैसियस फेज. ओके, सो इट इज आल्सो रेफर्ड एज अ टू फेज सिस्टम एंड कंसिस्ट ऑफ वेपर एज वेल एज लिक्विड. द अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोपेलेंट may vary from 5% to 95%. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आपका फोम सिस्टम है तो 5% प्रोपेलेंट ऐड करेंगे, 95% प्रोपेलेंट इज यूज्ड फॉर द इनहेलेशन कंट्रोल. एंड सेकंड सिस्टम इज अ वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम, सो इट इज आल्सो नोन एज अ थ्री फेज सिस्टम. ओके, तो याद रखो वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम जो होता है दैट इज नोन एज अ थ्री फेज सिस्टम. सोल्यूशन सिस्टम नोन एज अ टू फेज सिस्टम, वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम नोन एज अ थ्री फेज सिस्टम. Relatively large amount of water can be used to replace all part of non-aqueous solvent in aerosols. Now, ethanol is used as a co-solvent to increase the solubility of propellant in the water. Nowadays, recently there is one system known as an aquasol. Recently developed a system aquasol, which allows the dispensing of mist or spray of API dissolved in the water. It is not possible with usual three-phase system. aquasol नया वाला डेवलप किया है. Aerosol में सस्पेंशन और डिस्पर्शन भी हो सकता है. Suspension or dispersion system, such as a system involves the dispersion of API in a proper blend or mixture of propellant. To decrease the rate of settling, you can use some amount of surfactant over there. To decrease the rate of settling, rate of settling of dispersed particle, surfactant or suspending agent can be added to this. System has been developed primarily for the use of oral inhalation aerosols. Foam system, the liquid propellant is emulsified and then it is generally found in the internal phase. There are two types of foam system. Peak breaking foam. Okay, there are two types: aqueous stable foam and non-aqueous stable foam. Peak breaking foam or thermal foam. There are different types. Important नहीं जाता. There are two types of foam system: aqueous stable foam, non-aqueous stable foam. This is one. Polyethylene glycol is used to produce a foam. Then next one is a quick breaking foam and thermal foam. Now manufacturing of aerosol involves kind of process like, okay, so manufacturing of aerosol is a complex process first. So the packaging department will design the container, it will design all the requirement except that a product blend that will be produced by an industrial pharmacist. Okay. Now filling of that blend into the container, that depends that for that purpose you have three processes: pressure filling, cold filling, compressed gas filling. Just remember the names. Okay. Remember cold filling. In the cold filling, the filling of that blend at the -30 Fahrenheit. Okay. कोल्ड फिलिंग में टेम्परेचर कितना होना चाहिए? -30. नहीं यार, कोल्ड फिलिंग में -30 and while and cold filling is the most commonly used method. Cold filling is the most commonly used method in the pharmaceuticals. Pressure filling, इसके लिए प्रेशर फिलिंग के लिए प्रेशर ब्यूरेट होता है, प्रेशर ब्यूरेट. So pressure burettes are used for pressure filling. So in the case of cold filling, the container should all the parts or all the machines they are kept at a -30 Fahrenheit. These are again compressed gas filling. There are three methods: cold filling, pressure filling and compressed gas filling. So if you want to read in the detail, you can read from Blackman. Quality control test for aerosol. Again, it is very important. इसके ऊपर कम से कम 4 या 5 बार क्वेश्चन. Quality control test for aerosol. First one is identification of propellant. So कम से कम 2 बार क्वेश्चन आ चुका है यहाँ पर में GPAT में. So identification of propellant is done by gas chromatography. याद रखो, because most of the propellants are either that hydrocarbons or fluorinated hydrocarbons. So they are identified by gas chromatography. याद रखो. Then purity and acceptability of propellant. So purity and acceptability of propellant, they are done by using like moisture content, okay? Using moisture, halogen and non-volatile residue determination. So moisture content इसमें कैसे करेंगे? Curl feature factors. Halogen determination by using different methods. Non-volatile residue determination. Acceptance. Question GPAT 2019 में आया था. Valve acceptance for meter dose aerosol valves. Depending upon the capacity of chambers, depending upon the values chamber capacity. का कितना capacity उतना ही dose वो dispense करेगा. If capacity of valve is a 45 microliter. Okay, then limit is a plus minus 15%. This was a question in GPAT 2019. The capacity of meter dose valve is a 54 microliter. Then what is the uh, acceptance criteria for this meter dose valve? It was a plus minus 15%. So if the capacity of meter dose valve is a 54 microliter or less, then acceptance criteria is a plus minus 15%. तो प्लस माइनस 15% मतलब क्या है? 54 माइक्रोलीटर उसने एक डिस्पेंस करना चाहिए एक स्प्रे में. तो कितना एक्सेप्टेबल है? तो 54 का प्लस 15% या फिर 54 का माइनस 15%, इसके अंदर ही होना चाहिए. मतलब मान लीजिए कि आपका 48 या फिर 48 माइक्रोलीटर या फिर आपका 58 माइक्रोलीटर, इसके लिमिट में ही होना चाहिए. दैट इज 54 microliter plus minus 15%. Then again, if capacity of your meter dose valve is around 55 to 200 microliter, इसका कैपेसिटी अगर इतना है तो लिमिट इज 10%. ये लिमिट के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. पहला क्या है? द कैपेसिटी ऑफ meter dose valve is a 54 microliter or less, then acceptance criteria is a plus minus 15%. Okay, if the capacity of your meter dose valve is a 55 to 200 microliter, then acceptance criteria is around plus minus 10%. Okay, then leak testing. तो कंटेनर में कुछ लीक है, पूरा कंटेनर आपको डालना होता है. So checking the clamping of valve must be able to prevent the defective container due to leakage, accomplished by measuring the crimp dimension. Then spray testing or spray pattern. So remember इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. Pharmaceutical aerosols are 100% spray tested. The pattern of spray, ठीक है, तो स्प्रे करके देखना पड़ता है कौन सा पैटर्न है, मिस्ट है कैसा है. Pharmaceutical aerosols are 100% spray tested. ये लाइन एज इट इज याद रखो, एज इट इज नाइपर में पूछा. Check the any defect in the valve and spray pattern. Okay, one is nothing but the flame projection test. Okay, again quality control for aerosol. The first one is the flammability and combustibility. Flame projection test, इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन that indicate the effect of aerosol formulation on extension of open flame. कितना दूर तक फ्लेम, तो यहाँ पे फ्लेम कितना दूर तक, मतलब बर्नर लेना है आपको, बर्नर ऑन करना है, उसके साथ में एरोसोल, उसके सामने एरोसोल स्प्रे करना है, तो फ्लेम कितने दूर तक जाएगा. फ्लेम प्रोजेक्शन टेस्ट that indicate the aerosol formulation on extension of open flame. The product is spread about 4 seconds into flame and extension of flame length is measured by your normal ruler. Now flash point, इसके ऊपर भी 2-3 बार क्वेश्चन है. Determination of flash point is done by tag open cup apparatus. लिख लो, determination of flash point in case of aerosol is done by tag open cup apparatus. The aerosol product is cooled or chilled at temperature minus 25 Fahrenheit, then transferred into test apparatus. Test liquid is allowed to increase slowly. In that apparatus, temperature is allowed to increase slowly, and at the temperature at which vapor will ignite is taken as a flash point. ठीक है, इसमें क्या करना है कि टैग ओपन का apparatus होता है, तो एरोसोल जो है आपका वो चिल करना है आपको 25 फ़ारेनहाइट पे, -25 फ़ारेनहाइट पे, और जो कंटेनर का जो कंटेंट है वो सब ड्रेन करना है, और उसी टेम्परेचर पे ही वो करना है, उसमें ट्रांसफर करना है apparatus में, और बाद में टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करना है, and the temperature at which the flame will ignite is taken as a flash point. Yeah, the flashpoint in case of aerosol is done by tag open cup apparatus. Okay. फिजिको केमिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ वेपर प्रेशर कैसे मेजर करेंगे, प्रेशर कौन से, डेंसिटी कैसे मेजर करेंगे यूजिंग हाइग्रोमीटर और साइक्रोमीटर, मॉइस्चर कंटेंट यूजिंग कर्व फिशर apparatus, आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रोपेलेंट बाय यूजिंग गैस क्रोमेटोग्राफी और इंफ्रारेड स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी, परफॉर्मेंस चेक में आपका ये रहेगा एरोजोल वाल्व डिस्चार्ज रेट, वाल्व का डिस्चार्ज रेट कितना है, it is measured by taking aerosol product of known weight and discharging the content for a given period of time with standard apparatus. Then again we have to reweigh. पहले क्या करना है कि पूरा एरोजोल लेना है, ओके, उसका वेट करना है कंटेनर से, कंटेनर के साथ में उसको वेट करना है, तो बाद में पूरा उसको एक बार में करना है, 1 मिनट तक आपको उसको स्प्रे करना है, ठीक है, करना है 1 मिनट, जैसे मान लीजिए 1 मिनट तक स्प्रे किया आपने, पहले वेट था और स्प्रे करने के बाद में फिर से वेट करना है, तो वेट लॉस पर मिनट इज नथिंग बट द डिस्चार्ज रेट, वाल्व डिस्चार्ज रेट। स्प्रे पैटर्न कैसे चेक करेंगे, बाय यूजिंग डाई टाल्क मिक्सचर इम्प्रेग्नेटेड पेपर, पैटर्न ऑप्शन आफ्टर स्प्रेइंग, यहाँ पे क्या है, टाल्क लेना है आपको और कोई इंक लेना है, उसका मिक्सचर बना के पेपर पे इम्प्रेग्नेट करना है, जैसे आपने फार्माकोलॉजी में किया होगा, तो पेपर में बेंजीन स्मोक ऐड करते हो, हार्ट रेट डाई टाल्क मिक्सचर इज इम्प्रेग्नेटेड ऑन पेपर एंड पैटर्न ऑफ दिस स्प्रे इज एनालाइज्ड, स्प्रे करके कैसे स्प्रे होता है ये एनालाइज, मीटर डोज वाल्व का क्या है, reproducibility of dosage each time a valve is pressed, the amount of medication is measured or its expelled is measured. Foam stability, इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, foam stability in case of aerosol is checked by rotational viscometer, stability of foam is checked by rotational viscometer. And particle size determination is done by using cascade impactor and light spectrometry. क्वेश्चन इसके ऊपर आता है, होम स्टेबिलिटी कैसे मेजर करेंगे, पार्टिकल साइज कैसे मेजर करेंगे, जो मीटर डोज इसका एक्सेप्टेंस क्राइटेरिया क्या है, if capacity of your meter dose is a 54 microliter then it is a 10% minimum, if capacity of your meter dose is around 200 microliter then the 150 to 200 microliter then the 15%, okay, you have to remember that. Okay, this was today's